How you doing, guys? This is SanchoWest. That's right, I am playing Interrogations. But more importantly, at the end of this Interrogations round, I did like a kind of like a editorial coverage of the live update, just to give you guys a taste of what I plan to do with the channel in terms of covering video games. So it would be really important for me if you stick around after the match and watch it. So thank you so much for tuning in, hitting that button, and checking out this episode. I'll see you guys after this interrogation round to show you my coverage of the live update. Silly to say, but enjoy this match, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, yes, that's right, guys. We are in interrogation mode here on the Last of Us factions. This is Checkpoint, and I am glad and really excited to check this out with you guys after the live update that dropped on March 31st. And the reason why I'm in interrogation mode is because they fixed this mode. They no longer encourage farming, and the way they did that, if those of you are curious in those long-time interrogations, or you guys are just like me that did not want to touch interrogations, is they discourage farming by rewarding players mega part points for every time they end the interrogations round swiftly. Yes, that's right. So basically, you're encouraged to get the dirty deed done. If you win with under 7 minutes, you get 6,000 points. If you win under 8 minutes, you get 4,000 points. Under 9 minutes, 2,500 points. If you win under 10 minutes, you get 1,200. So it's basically just winning really quickly is the higher the more. And it looks like I'm going to get a quick interrogation right now. I'm going to prevent one. Actually, I'm going to get one real quick. Could not prevent one. I don't know how that happened, but I'm going to get this guy over here. Sorry, I mean, let me just be like, it was winning with more than 8 minutes left on the clock gets you 6,000. Winning more than 7 minutes on the clock gets you 4,000. With winning more than 6 minutes, 2,500, 1,000 to 25. So basically, the sooner you get it done, the mega points. And 6,000 points, guys, that's a crazy amount of points. That's the same amount of points you would get if you had a really solid round in supply raid. So I like that idea. And I with that upgrade, the update, I'm really excited to tackle more things. And like I said in the beginning of this episode, that I'm going to try something new to cover the rest of the patch notes or the live update notes. So I'm really excited for you guys. If you don't mind, I really want to push myself and test myself in different ways and to bring more things to the channel. This down will be completely unnecessary, by the way. This down is justified. Let's see if I can get this guy. See if he stays over there. There you go. Right back up to me. Slice. But they also did a number of things, kind of encouraged other people to use purchasables. They kind of nerfed the shotgun. They buffed the frontier rifle, hence why I'm using it now, just to see what's it all about. And it looks like I'm going to come on. I want to be careful, though. He saw me. I'm out. It's always important to bail and reset, especially your life is much more invaluable if you're in enemy territory, if you're behind enemy lines, so you want to be careful. But if when they have all your interrogations, it's free. It's free for all. Do as many crazy flanks you want, be as adventurous as you want, but you just have to be careful at this instance. Don't want to get too greedy. Looks like I heard a guy. All right, he's down there. I want to watch Untamed Wolf just in case he goes down. Got you back, buddy. All right, we gave up interrogations. So now for those of you, I'm playing a strategy where I pick two different loadouts. One, a much more stealth and a mechanic and just sneaking around. And the second half is much more like a bombardier, and I'm going to feature the lunch lady. So I'm going to go ahead and hit pause here and change my loadout to the secondary class I built, which has Explosion Expert 2, Damage Marker 1, and Bomb Expert 2. As you saw, what I was rocking right now is the Silence Frontier Rifle, Covert Training 2, Agility 2, and Sharp Ears 1. Much more all about the shivs. As you saw, I was very successful. But now we play this is the part of interrogations that gets very chaotic, and it gets crazy. Finished. Move out. Yes, Sancho, that's what chaotic implies. But they did a lot of things to the patch notes, and I can't wait to cover it after this episode. Not like in a different episode, just immediately after this match, after the outro. And I would really appreciate you guys to stick around, and then just to give me your thoughts on it. I'm trying something completely different because the most important thing is to continuously grow But hold on. Let's see if I can. If we get this done right now, we'll get some mad points. All right, here we go. Nicely done, nicely done. I got you back. All right, let's see if we get that mega point. This is what's going to make the game competitive at this point.
Hold up, finish.
I'm just going to throw smokes.
Smokes away!
To mask him.
Hey, tourist, over there!
As best as possible. Keep going. What's in this? Get that 6,000 point bonus.
You gotta open it. Plug it. 9 minutes left. We'll get one more part.
Yes, look at that. All the points are going to come in. Decisive victory. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. 8,000 parts. 900. Wow. Unbelievable. Thank you, Naughty Dog, for fixing interrogations. Oh, man. Nice work. I love it. I'm going to try to do like more interrogations, mix that up a bit. But thank you guys for enjoying this live patch update. Don't forget, like, immediately right after I give this outro, I'm going to do a little bit something different for you guys. That way we can have some, you know, I'm going to kind of do some reporting editorial stuff for the update. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this quick little outro. Stick around if you want to help out the channel and give your opinion where it matters the most. And thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe button. And as always, ooh, yeah, peace. Adios, guys. Thank you. How you doing, guys? This is SanchoWest. Welcome to this presentation of an update on the live update that Naughty Dog, that's right, Naughty Dog has released a new update, not a patch. A patch requires download and things of that sort. This is a live update that automatically launches when you log on to Factions multiplayer. I'm just shocked that Naughty Dog actually worked on The Last of Us. This is not April Fool's joke. I said that again. It's unbelievable because we all thought they moved on with Uncharted 4. They've been sending out tweets saying, look, we're going to focus on Uncharted 4. But finally, in the PlayStation official forums, they did say, you know, we're going to do a little bit balancing patch because that's completely expected, though. When you just release new DLC, you're going to expect some little changes and little buffs and things like that. So this video is going to break down some of the changes that they did regarding the weapons and some of the exploits that they fixed and the matchmaking and a special update to interrogations that actually makes the game mode playable. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the weapons. Now, there's a lot of debate in the forums about which weapons they should nerf, some weapons they should buff. Surprisingly, the thing that got some love was the Frontier Rifle. Unexpectedly, the Frontier Rifle got a buff just like the Burst Rifle did. The biggest buff that it did was it dropped the upgrade cost from, instead of going from 400 to 800, it went down to 300 to 600. So it's going to only cost you 300 parts to upgrade to level 1 and 600 parts to upgrade to level 2. Guys, Frontier Rifle at the level 2 level is amazing, awesome. A lot of the players that have been using the Frontier Rifle were quite shocked, as much as I was, about why did they update this? And bottom line, I think Naughty Dog updated it because they wasn't happy with the way it performed. Looking at the numbers and whatnot, they just decided, look, let's give this some love. And they did not only give it some love in the upgrade department, but they kind of made the target reticle a little bit smaller, and they let the bloom a little bit smaller as well, so it's nice and tight. This makes the Frontier Rifle a lot better at range, which is what it originally was designed for. I was playing with the Frontier Rifle, as you saw in the footage, and it's so tight now, it feels like it's just right, because before, you felt like you were losing a lot of battles at a distance with the semi-auto and hunting rifle, but now, the Frontier Rifle has been buffed. Now, here's the thing I'm concerned about. A lot of people love the Frontier Rifle because it's an ultimate body shot wizard, whatever you want to call it, combo weapon. A lot of people like to shoot Frontier Rifle, switch the revolver, bam. Frontier Rifle, switch the machete. You get the picture. So, big shot love to the Frontier Rifle. Let's see what the community thinks about that. And I'm actually surprised, finally, after so many updates from the PlayStation 3 version to now on the PlayStation 4, Big Daddy's shotgun got nerfed. Maybe I'm a little exaggerating because they really didn't address the fire rate. They didn't really address its range and the ammo capacity of the shotgun. But Big Daddy went from a 3-pointer to a 4-pointer. So now it's going to cost you 4-point loadout. So it's interesting because For 3-point, that was very tolerable for things that you want to do. And now that it's 4 points, and on top of that, Naughty Dog now has made all the ammo much more expensive. It's got a little bit of nerves. So you're gonna have to think twice, because a lot of people, you know, have been using the shotgun since the beginning of time. But now you can't just walk around all willy-nilly using the shotgun, going around saving up 1320 ammo shells, and going to town with the shotgun. So very, very interesting. That about time that Naughty Dog addressed the shotgun. But still, a lot of the people that love the shotgun said, no worry, it's a one-shot down, I'll be fine with it. So let's see if this shotgun let's see if it's finally balanced. Time will tell. The shotgun wasn't the only purchasable weapon that got some attention to in the purchasable family. The launcher, yes, the lunch lady, you know the kind, slinging potatoes every day, every night in your favorite cafeteria. It got some love as well. It jumped down from 4 loadout points to 3 loadout points and decreased in ammo cost, which is a nice thing. And all the other purchasable weapons, like the flamethrower, the assault rifle, the Spectre, had decreased in ammo, and the Spectre as well has an additional 1 bullet. So those purchasable weapons, the launcher, the military sniper rifle, the assault rifle, the Spectre rifle, and the flamethrower had a decrease in ammo. So Naughty Dog looks like they're encouraging you to wean yourself of the shotgun. Just stop using it. Stop using the shotgun. Challenge yourself. I'm not saying stop using it completely, but give yourself a challenge. You might fall in love with the other purchasable weapons, especially with the nice little buffs that Naughty Dog gave them. Give the lunch lady some love, please. The biggest surprise, though, was the tactical shotgun. The tactical shotgun did not get touched at all. At all. Everybody speculated, including myself, that the tactical shotgun would at least get addressed regarding its lethal range. Even though it's designed not to work that far, it's so deadly, and its fire rate, once upgraded to level 2, is amazingly awesome. It's just as fast as a semi-auto. And no, they didn't touch it. They left it alone. And that's amazing to me, because I was expecting some sort of a decrease in the fire rate or decrease in at least the range of it, but they left it the same. I mean, if you can look at it on the other side, I also thought as well that the loadout point cost was justified. It's a very expensive weapon, and it's a little bit cumbersome up close, so it does have its disadvantage, but in the right hands, the tactical shotgun is deadly. And they didn't touch the bow rifle. They didn't touch the bow at all. They didn't touch anything of that sort. So a lot of people were expecting some love to that, and I as well was expecting a mini nerf to the burst rifle. Now that the community is kind of really good with it now, I was expecting them to at least return it back from 300 to 600 upgrade cost to 400 to 800, just to balance it out a bit, because it's become burst crazy. And I'm a little bit surprised, because Naughty Dog has always said that they did not want a weapon beyond a purchasable weapon to kill in one burst. And the burst rifle can do that with the right upgrade cost, with the right control of the recoil. The burst rifle is deadly in the right hands. So that's going to wrap up the weapons portion of it. Let's go ahead and cover what they did regarding the perks. And there's a lot of little bit mini changes to the perks, nothing too crazy. What they did was they adjusted 2 perks, and mostly it's the new survival skills one. And what they did is just make things a little bit cheaper. Lucky Break goes from 2, 4, 5 costs down to 2, 3, 4 respectively in its levels. And also they reduced the cost to Second Chance. We're going from 2 to 3 down to 1 to 2. I am a big fan of Second Chance. For those who don't know, Second Chance is when your health drops below 50, you get a health pack. And sometimes the Second Chance is kind of buggy right now, so I'm not 100% sure if that was addressed. I did not see that in the live update notes, but it's nice to see that Naughty Dog is encouraging you to try out at least Second Chance. That's a great thing to have, Second Chance. In my opinion, it's one of the must-buys, second to Lone Wolf if you have a little extra cash. Lucky Break, to me, the way it's designed is if you're way ahead, and you know how sometimes the welfare system does not give you any kind of love. Lucky Break is supposed to counteract that, so at least you get throwables as the match progresses and as your team is dominating. So a little bit of love in the perk department. Right next to the perk, it's a crazy department store. Right next to the perk department is the default loadouts, and those got a little bit addressed in terms of switching out. They did want to switch out a couple of the default loadouts. Nothing too crazy. A quick thing that they did to Jack of all trades, which is kind of considered like a default loadout because you get so many different variety of perks in one buy. Jack of all trades 2, instead of having Brawler 1, now has Brawler 2, so Jack of all trades 2 is a little bit deadlier. Also, regarding to the default classes, the Commando loadout no longer has Brawler 1, but now it has Brawler 2, so that itself is a little bit more deadly. Regarding the support no longer has the burst pistol, so if those of you big fans of the burst pistol, it now has the Enforcer, so it must be a little trial run of you getting exposed to the burst pistol. And finally, the suppression loadout no longer has Hawkeye. Wow, Deadeye no longer has Hawkeye or Explosion Expert. Now it's been replaced with the no longer used Collector 1 and Damage Marker 2. So some of the things are a little bit changed in the default loadouts. Now, for those of you who are like seasonal players, veteran players, that doesn't really mean anything to you. That's more for the newcomers to get exposed to some of the new loadouts. The biggest thing that they did in this live update was address interrogation mode. Now, interrogation mode, for those of you who don't know, is a third mode in the Last of Us factions that I rarely play. And the reason why I rarely played it was simply it was a farm cesspool. People were farming everywhere. You would get yelled at for doing the objective quickly, and people were just there to gain parts, and it's not the way the game was designed, that game mode. And now interrogation mode introduces a fast victory bonus. Basically, the faster you open the safe, the more parts you get. And we're talking about some crazy numbers. And again, this was designed to discourage farming. And I personally hated that the most. Now, the way this works is that the more time you have on the clock when you open the safe, the more parts you get. So if you finish with more than 8 minutes left, you get 6,000 points. 6,000 points. If you're winning with more than 7 minutes left, you get 4,000 points. If you're winning with 6, you get 2,500 parts. And if you're winning with more than 5 minutes left, you get about 1,250. You get that many parts for that. So this is awesome, guys. 6,000 points is like a 10 plus down round in supply rate. That's amazing. This is great for all those players that want to try interrogation in public or public lobbies, and you don't have to deal with that pressure of parties or people trying to sit there and farm because you get so many parts. Now, the only thing is that it still doesn't discourage people from doing down missions or doing any kind of that kind of farming, because you could still exploit that. But those of you in terms of looking for the skull or the beret or just building up your petri dish of people, all that kind of stuff, that's basically gone. Not saying that's gone forever, but at least it's now discouraged because you're going to be incentivized to go ahead and get that mega part. As you saw in that video, I got over 9,000 parts just by playing the game objective, and I'm excited for that because now you're going to see some great action in terms of the public lobbies, and you're going to see more of that in my channel, Interrogation Mode. So thank you, Naughty Dog. Thank you for allowing me to get back into interrogation, to pumping some new life into this. Now, moving on for that, now a lot of you guys have really cared about this, which is the matchmaking update. Now, Naughty Dog still does it in a way where they kind of do searches based on latency, language, KDR, things like that stuff. But now the server is shooting more matches into that. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're saying that they're shooting more matches into that, and that was designed to lessen the amount of lobby time. So every time it resets and is looking for more players, it's kicking in more searches. So that's nice to know. I'm not sure what the effect's going to be. Naughty Dog said they're going to keep an eye on it just to make sure everything's running smoothly. If there's any kind of adjustments and things like that, they will address that. So I'm expecting like a mini behind the scenes update that we don't know about. Also, they kind of addressed a bug that basically splits up the party. So what it used to do is, like, knowing that it needed to look for 4 people, sometimes it will reset and look for 3 people. So that's why you got the split parties. Hopefully that addresses that. It's not bad. I mean, yeah, there were times like, man, I have to back out and you know, I don't want to play against my buddy. I want to be in my party. But hey, it was sometimes fun just splitting it up every now and then and going against your own comrades. I always like that. And speaking of bugs, we're going to go ahead and move on to some of the little bugs and fixes that they did. The biggest thing that they fixed was the Frontier Rifle and the Shorty combo reload glitch. For those of you who don't know, this is not an exploit, not a glitch, but this exploit allow you to fire 1 round of the Frontier Rifle or the Shorty, quickly switch to your large firearm or your other firearm, and switch back, and pretty much eliminating the frames of the reload time. So basically you could get a double shot quickly, and that exploit now is gone. Before they did like a mini hot patch or mini live update to address that, but now it has been fixed. The other exploits that they addressed was on Suburbs. For those of you crazy people doing this, shame on you. That's shame on you. For those of you people who were getting into the second story in Suburbs, in that box, if you're looking at, if you spawn at the power generators to the right, you can get into the second story and look throughout the entire map and kill people. That's been fixed. Also, they addressed a invisible bomb and water tower that's been addressed as well. They also did some kind of things regarding Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf has been fixed as well, where you no longer, it works now in high school. It's been set to the way it's supposed to work. So in high school, you're like, hey man, I am far from my people. Where's my Lone Wolf perks? Now that's been fixed. So that's great to know. And it's awesome. It's awesome that they addressed those biggest things. Now, some of the things I am kind of shocked about that they did not fix was that they did not address the dreaded aim it down. I'm aiming at it. Like, it's like somebody walked up and pushes your gun down like some ghost. They haven't addressed that issue. I'm not 100% sure if that's fixed. Also, another thing that they promised that will happen with the live update was allowing you to have more custom loadout slots. A lot of you guys during the live streams of Gaming with the Dogs wanted this, but a message from Aaron Daly, the lead designer of the multiplayer, the big granddaddy, he expressed that that was something that they wanted to do, but they figured out that the custom loadouts were built into the code of the hard disk itself. So it's not something that could easily do a live update, and that would require an actual patch to download it. So don't know what's the timetable on that. And of course, we don't know how if this is going to be the end of that. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this live update episode here, this little segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the interrogations match, and expect more interrogations to be part of my live streams and the Last of Us videos here on SanchoWest Gaming. If you please leave a comment below in terms of what you like about this section. There was some equipment that I couldn't use, so I had to change it up a bit, but this is what I want to do. I want to give more editorial stuff, and I thank you guys for being part of it. And for those of you that stayed after my interrogation match, you are the true fans of SanchoWest Gaming. Comment below, leave a like button, share with your friends. All those things help out. Thank you so much, and as always, ooh yeah, peace, and see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Your eyes and your opinion mean a lot to me. Of course, only good comments, please. No, be constructive. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Adios.
San